Good morning, Hornets, and welcome to today's dose of Beech Grove Student News. I'm Talia Penner.
And I'm Melissa Harrell. Today we'll be taking a look at a new teacher, Mr. Ridgeway's book, Labor Day, and Azoi Sports.
But first, here's Jaden with your weekly weather forecast.
Thank you, Talia, and I hope you brought your umbrellas, Hornets, and drove to school safe, because today is very rainy with a high of 81 and a low of 60. However, tomorrow is looking like it's going to dry up with a high of 79 and a low of 56. Thursday is also looking like it's going to be dry with a high of 81 and a low of 65. And finally, to wrap up the week, Friday is looking cloudy with a high of 83 and a low of 61. Remember to always be safe, Hornets, out in this weird Indy weather. That's all for weather. Back to Alyssa and Talia at the desk.
A segment on Wish TV says that there was a protest yesterday outside of Beech Grove City Hall concerning Mayor Buckley's plans to sell our sewer system. Residents are worried about their property taxes going up, and they feel as if they should have a say whether or not to sell. Although the mayor does not say that the proceeds will go to building a new police station. Hey Talia, who is the new teacher in the pink hallway?
Alyssa, I do not know, but Jaden went out to see who she is and what she does.
As most of you here at Beech Grove High School know, there's a new geometry/Algebra 1 teacher in the building. Her name is Miss Lamb. I went out and asked her what are some challenges she thinks she will have with the new school year, and what are some challenges she thinks she will face along the way. Here's what she has to say.
I'm really looking forward to getting to know all of my students a lot better. And I think one of the challenges is going to be adjusting to the block schedule still, just because I've always taught 45-minute periods instead of 80 minutes every other day.
I then went on to ask how many classes she teaches a day and what her most difficult class is.
I have 6 classes, 4 of them are geometry, and 2 of them are Algebra 1. And today the most difficult thing is going to be keeping my voice, but the most difficult I think is going to be just keeping Algebra 1 doing a lot of different activities since I have them every day, since most kids don't like to have math 80 minutes every single day, so just keeping that fun and positive.
That is all for my segment of Beech Grove Student News. Back to Talia and Alyssa at the desk.
It's easy for students to forget about the lives teachers lead outside of school. Just like students, teachers have very busy lives outside of the classroom. Jillian Kurt spoke with Mr. Ridgeway about what he's doing when not teaching history.
Many students at BG know the man in room 216 as your zany history teacher. But did you know that Mr. Ridgeway is also a published author? His guidebook, Don't Ditch That Tech, was published on June 6, 2019. I talked with Mr. Ridgeway about the purpose of the book.
So when I sat down with my co-authors and we were talking about the idea for the book, the reason why we really felt like we wanted to write about it was because we felt like there was a place where teachers were being challenged by all the new things that students need help or assistance with in the classroom, such as, for example, it could be learning disabilities, but also could be English language learners and other things like that. And that at the same time, we also wanted to write about all the new kinds of classroom technology, like Chromebooks that we have in our rooms.
I also asked him about the challenges of creating the book.
So for me personally, the most difficult part of writing the book, and even afterwards now, kind of keeping up with it, is doing everything I have to do here at school, as well as living kind of this other life as an author and a writer and a blogger outside of the actual 9 to 5.
Lastly, I asked where we can find the book.
So the book is available actually on Amazon. If you just type in Don't Ditch That Tech, it'll pretty much come up, as well as on Barnes & Noble.
Go check out Don't Ditch That Tech and support Mr. Ridgeway in his teaching journey. This has been Jillian Kurt for Bgsn.
You may have noticed teachers on Wednesdays wear one of 2 red shirts. One of our reporters went out and learned more on the subject.
On Wednesdays, teachers across the district are all wearing red shirts. From what I gathered, this is a nationwide movement. I'll go to Mrs. Pfister for a little bit more.
This idea of wearing red for ed or for education started, I don't know, a couple of years ago as kind of a nationwide movement, and now we've made it more of an official thing here in Beech Grove.
As she said, the movement called Red for Ed is nationwide. Along with that, it became a thing in Beech Grove, as Herman explained.
So that's where the Red for Ed movement has really come from, is we are looking for appropriate funding for our public schools.
She also explained how she got involved with the Red for Ed movement last year when the state government was deciding upon budgets for the public schools.
So I got involved with the Red for Ed movement because there was a rally last spring at the State House when our legislation was deciding on funding for public schools.
She wore her red shirt on the first day of school, which caught Dr. Kaiser's attention. For those who are unaware, he is the superintendent for Beech Grove City Schools. Miss Pfister explains how it started.
Well, Miss Herman was wearing her red t-shirt on our first teacher day, and Dr. Kaiser noticed it and offered to buy all of us one of those 2 t-shirts, and so now we all have a free shirt. We get to wear jeans, and so Wednesday you're going to see a lot of your teachers wearing one of those 2 red t-shirts that you all noticed the other day.
I don't know about you, but these shirts don't only look good, but help our local teachers too. I hope you have a wonderful day, everybody.
Good news, Hornets. In case you forgot, we are less than a week away from Monday, September 2nd, which is Labor Day. As always, there will be no school on this day. For the first time day off, both students and teachers can breathe a sigh of relief, as we can all enjoy this upcoming 3-day weekend. For students who are new to this school, remember that Tuesday the 3rd will be a beach day, even though it may seem like a Grove Day due to the Labor Day holiday. This is one of the only days where most people don't have to work. So take it easy if you can. Be sure to spend time with your family and friends during the special occasion, and most importantly, try to stay safe.
Now let's toss over to DQ for sports.
Hello Hornets, and welcome back to your daily dose of sports. In girls volleyball news, the Lady Hornets beat Heron 3-0. Their next game is tonight at Triton Central, starting at 6:30. Girls soccer had a tough loss at Triton Central last night, and boys and girls cross country have a meet tonight at Cardinal Ritter starting at 5. In football news, Friday is the Hornets' first football game, and the theme is America. It will be a TCU night, and they'll have a tent and fun giveaways. In Colts news, Jacksonville Jaguars lawn snapper Matt Overton was shocked, as everyone else was, when the news broke that Saturday night Indianapolis Colts quarterback Andrew Luck was abruptly retiring at the age of 29. Overton, who spent 5 seasons as Luck's teammate in Indianapolis beginning in 2012, went on social media to make sure this surprising news wasn't a hoax, and he didn't appreciate some of the reaction he found there. Luck received boos after the Chicago Bears game. Overton said that this was wrong on so many levels. Overton was angry and confused, but he also was heartbroken. Overton suggests that he would buy every single angry fan's ticket and donate it to Riley Children's Hospital. In college football news, the Georgia Tech Yellow Jackets will be taking on the Clemson Tigers Thursday, starting at 8 o'clock. The Florida A&M Rattlers will be taking on the UCF Knights at 7:30 on Thursday. ESPN reports are now predicting how the Power 5 conference will be doing during the season. Season's first, the ACC, they predict the Clemson to win the conference. Second, the Big Ten predicts that Ohio State will. And third, the Big 12 predicts Oklahoma to win. Fourth, the Pac-12, they say Utah Utes, which is a shock to most people. But last but certainly not least, this is a big one. They predict the Georgia Bulldogs to over the Alabama Crimson Tide. And that's all for your daily dose of sports, and back to you ladies at the desk.
DQ, that's all for today's dose of Bgsn 10.
Teachers, don't forget to hit that bell icon and subscribe button to get notified every time we go live.
Also, don't forget to follow us on all social medias at BG Student News. I'm Talia Penner.
And I'm Melissa Harrell. Have a terrific Tuesday, Hornets.